David Bay here along with Peter McGuff for MuscularDevelopment.com. We're in Las Vegas for the 2015 Olympia weekend. Just got done with prejudging here for day one. For you guys who weren't following along, it was all of our women's divisions. We had fitness, figure, bikini, and women's physique. Peter, we're going to start off with our fitness division. As you guys all know, fitness, 1/3 of the scoring is going to be done today. The other 2/3 is based off the routine. That said, our reigning Olympia champion in Oksana Grishina, not in the middle in the physique round of this prejudging. Is that really going to affect her at the end of the day?
Not really. I think obviously with the routine, she's got the best routines ever. She should have that on lockdown. I think in the physique round, Bethany Wagner took on us there with pure physique. Tanya Johnson was up there with her. Regina Silva was another one in the mix. So it's probably the most disjointed contest of the weekend. Usually it's half time. This is just a third of the way through.
Being that it is only a third of the judging, still we do have to take into consideration the fact that we know Tanji Johnson is a perennial front runner in the routine round as well, and Bethany Cisternino used to be a little bit of a weak spot for her, but she's really brought up her routines in the last few years. So, you know, as far as that first call out, guys, we had Marta Aguilar, Chica Aluka, Michelle Blank, then we had Tanji, Bethany, and Oksana, as we talked about. If I have to pick her top three, I'm going with your top two in the physique round, Tanji and Bethany, and then probably Oksana for the win. I mean, is that a fair call, or do you see it getting shaken up any more than that?
Well, that's what the logic is, yeah. That's the way they like you say, Bethany's really come on in the fitness round. You know, Oksana's, I don't know, maybe she's fourth or something at the moment. You know, the mathematics, I don't know what needs to catch up. She should nail the fitness, but it might be closer than we think.
All right, guys, well, we're going to move on to our figure division. Not a surprise who might be a front runner, but definitely a surprise who's also in the running. I shouldn't say a surprise, but somebody moving up from last year, and Latoya Watts, guys. Our first call out, if you weren't watching, we had Candace Keene, Candace Lewis, Jennifer Strobel, Latoya Watts, Nicole Wilkins, and your Arnold Classic winner, Kamala Rodriguez McClure. Now, Latoya was 5th last year. They put her in the center of 6 girls right next to Nicole Wilkins. Looks like she's going to be in the top 2 spot.
Definitely. I mean, Nicole, this is the conundrum with this class. I sort of said that, you know, Nicole has been harder than that, but is that a plus or a minus this time around? You know, you can't be too hard on this. The one that caught my eye was Candice Lewis. You know, she really had a complete look, a narrow waist, thigh sweeping, the upper body. To be honest, you know, purely from my point of view, I would give her the win, but she's obviously going to be 3rd, 4th. It's Latoya and Nicole that obviously the judges were looking at. You know, Latoya's got those big wide shoulders and the shape and everything. So, interesting contest.
It most certainly is, and from a structure standpoint, I think you're right on the money. I don't know anybody that really is better than Candace Lewis from a structure standpoint. Perfect lines, maybe not quite as muscular what they're looking for, but if we're looking for great structure and a little bit more muscular, I'll tell you what, Latoya Watts' structure is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Latoya, we had this when she burst through last year. Is she too wide in the shoulders? Is it too much development? Because, you know, she's but it still looks feminine. It's not a gnarly look to it. You know, big duck caps with veins and there's nothing like that. So she carries it very well. Narrow waist, those thighs flaring out. Remarkable. It's almost like
It's cartoonish, isn't it?
I was just going to say the exact same thing. 3 or 4 years ago, we were drawing a cartoon and said maybe this is what the ideal figure physique looks like.
Yeah, and we're so used to saying the term apples and oranges in bodybuilding, whether it be the open or the 212, but this women's figure division really comes down to apples and oranges, whichever you prefer, you know, Latoya or Nicole. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. We don't see the women's finals for figure until Saturday night, actually, with the men's finals. The fitness finals are going to be tonight, along with the bikini finals. Women's physique, we're going to see her rather tomorrow. Now, moving on to our bikini division, really no surprises here. Our first call out, Stacey Alexander, Narman Astria. Courtney King moved up pretty significantly. India Paulino, no surprise, but the top 2 in the center that we saw, Janet Leug and Ashley Caldwasser, your 1 and 2 from last year.
Yeah, I thought Ashley looked a bit light in the legs this time around. So those two I tend to go at the bikini lineup, let's be honest, we're looking for the prettiest girl with a really honed body. And I tend to look at this, who would I put on a front cover? And of everybody on that stage today in the bikini, Justine would be the one. I thought she looked terrific. Surprised she wasn't included in that first five. Maybe she was too hot, I don't know.
A big surprise for me was Bianca Berry. Bianca came out, I had made some comments on how fantastic I thought she looked. She slipped a bit. If I'm going to go with who I'm going to put on the cover of a magazine, I think we have to go with Janet. I think Janet is absolutely gorgeous. Not to discredit Ashley Caldwell whatsoever. One of my favorites. Personally, I know we talked about bodybuilding, but bikini as well shows her one from the back. When they turned around, I thought Ashley's hamstrings and her glutes were just a little bit better than Janet's. And if I have to make a call here today, I'm going to say that alone gives Ashley a third Olympian title here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, the champion is always a little bit that, but I think it'll be a fair result that they come up with. It's obviously between Janet and Ashley. I don't want to say the apples and oranges, but maybe if this is the greengrocers in store.
But definitely a tough bikini lineup. We had girls like Stephanie Mahoy, Sarah LeBlanc, Justine Monroe, some really good bikini competitors not make that first call out. So it speaks to the depth of that division. Moving on to our final division of the afternoon, our women's physique division. First call out in that division. No real surprises, I guess, for people that have been following the division throughout the year, but definitely a shakeup from what we saw here last year. Now, we had Tyson Capet, top 5 last year, a newcomer, Kira Newman, Mindy O'Brien placed well last year, Danny Reardon and Autumn Swanson, newcomers to this first call out, and then of course your winner last year, Juliana. Juliana looked maybe a little bit softer than she was last year. Does she still have what it takes to walk away with another title?
Yeah. First impression was she was a bit smaller, maybe not as hard, but maybe that's, we're told that we're going to move into a new realm with her. Maybe she's already started that process. Kyra Newman looked great. She was bigger than Juliana, but sort of the midsection she lost a little bit. Juliana reminds me a little bit of an analogy with Phil Heath. She's got enough going on to handle everybody from different shots. She's got more weapons than weaknesses, and I think that's going to be enough to carry it off for her again.
All right, talking about some of the newcomers that came in, Kira obviously had a fantastic year, 2 pro wins after turning pro as a bodybuilder, taking some time off. But Danny Reardon, Danny Reardon's one of these girls who she's been doing a handful of shows, never quite placed where she wanted to. This year she got her first win, and she's here not only in the first call out in the Olympia, but looking like a real contender, not maybe for the top spot, but to be first call out at the Olympia, that speaks volumes about your physique.
Yeah, I mean, she's got such a small frame, but she packs so much muscle on it. She's got a personality that just floods the arena. She's got that it factor to her. So she was a lot smaller, but she was very competitive. I thought Autumn Swanson was the most ripped in the lineup. She came through, big breakthrough for her. Be interested to see what happens, the remainder of the show with the closing round.
So guys, a little bit of a mix of some girls that we've seen before and some newcomers, which, from a media standpoint, from a fan standpoint, that's what we love seeing here at the Olympia. Granted, the women's physique division is a newer division here at the Olympia. This is only its 3rd year, but I feel like we're already talking about, ushering in a new era so soon. But the division has been growing and developing, and as we found out, there's going to be some changes next year, as you guys may have seen the video talking about going back to a little bit smaller, a little bit softer look. But for this weekend, we were told everything was going to stay on par for the course as far as the judging that we've seen recently. But we're definitely going to find out how things play out throughout the rest of the weekend. Once again, bikini and fitness finals are going to be tonight. You guys are not going to want to miss the fitness routines, especially Oksana. She gave us a little bit of a preview saying she was going to do a similar Black Swan routine that she did at the Arnold, which is absolutely incredible. Bikini finals are going to be at the finals with the men's prejudging tonight. Look for the women's physique finals to be here tomorrow at 12:30 with the men's physique and the 212 prejudging, and then figure again finals will be at 7 o'clock Saturday night with the men's open finals. But for right now, that's going to do it for us. We're going to go hit up this expo, see who we can find, get some interviews. Peter, are you going to go get in trouble, hang out by a pool party, hit a club, or what do you got going on?
Well, you know, I'm in Vegas. If I'm not in bed by 10 o'clock, I usually go home.
He's lying. He's going to go look for trouble. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us for right now. Remember, we got all kinds of events coming up tonight starting at 7 o'clock. That is Pacific time. So for you guys in the Midwest and out of the East Coast, make sure you tune in at the right time. And for right now, that's going to do it. So one more time, this is David Bay with Peter McGuff, wrapping things up from day one prejudging here at the 25th